Okay, great. Well, my name is Brett, and I got the Scout Yoho camper, picked it up from Boardman RV mid-January. So we've had it for, what is that, 6 weeks or so. It's been awesome. We've taken it out at least 8 nights. And I got this because I was looking at the mid-size, something for the Tacoma. I was looking at a 4-wheel camper, and the lead time was so long. So I started looking at some other options. The Kimbo was pretty cool. Living in Colorado, I definitely wanted a hard side camper, and this thing has been awesome. The heater we talked about works really good. The Scout, I think, really just kind of stood out amongst the rest it was like minimalistic. It's got a cool design, obviously, and just the features and all the different options that it had on it. So right when I saw it and had decided I want a truck camper, it was just about waiting for it. All right, well, the 2008 Toyota Tacoma, I bought it brand new. It's got 170,000 miles I put on it. I bought it in Tahoe, and when I was living in Sacramento a long time ago. So I drove it out here. I've driven it all over, and it's been really good to me. And I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted something new, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy something new. So I started doing some things like redid the suspension, got some Fox shots under there, got a Victory front bumper with some Baja lights, and redid the front headlights and the grill up front. And it's been awesome. These are my second set of KO2s. Thinking about getting something different, but not sure yet. But they've been really good. Awesome local fabricator, Lauren at First Choice Fabrication. I just got some new rock sliders as the old ones were rusting out, and he put the Sumo springs on, which you do need some kind of suspension help. I've got some aftermarket leaf springs, and so he had to build the plate to install the Sumo springs, and he also gave me a front body mount chop so I can squeeze some bigger tires on there eventually. But it's been awesome, and I'm just going to run it into the ground. These things have legendary reliability. Want to get at least 500,000 miles out of it if I can, and I figure if I can go for at least 20 years, so I got till 2028 on it. But it's been awesome. The mid-size camper fits good. It's held up really well. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got the tow package, the TRD Sport. I put the intake and the exhaust on it from TRD, and it's held up like a beast. So couldn't be happier with it. All right, well, the Scout has held up great. It's been awesome. We've been winter camping so far. On the outside, I've got the gear locker, so just the Max Tracks, like a shovel, chair, and I got some leveling blocks in there too, which are kind of nice. My snowboard doesn't fit in here. I think like a small kid's snowboard would, but holds plenty of gear. The windows have been awesome. I haven't opened up the awning yet, but I'm really looking forward to the summer when I can just open that thing up and get it going. Well, the back of the Yoho, pretty simple. I went with the roto packs. I'm glad I did, because we've used the water in both of those already, being out and about off grid. So the solar power light is really cool. That's nice. This holds a 10-pound, which it just sips propane. That heater and the cooktop doesn't really use a lot, so we haven't run out yet. We've been out for like 4 nights, and so we're maybe pushing on that. But someone asked if a 20-pound would fit. I don't think so. And you don't have much room in here. Maybe you can get a taller one, but you don't really need that much, maybe, unless you're going out for weeks at a time in a cold place, because I can't imagine that you would need to use a lot of propane for the heater in the summer. But it's been great. It comes off and on super easy. One of the reasons why I bought this is just this really cool ratchet system that they have, and you can just take it off and on. You got a drill, you just bring out those posts, and the happy jacks, off and on super quick. So I've already taken it off and on. I've done it by myself a couple times, which maybe I should have a buddy or helping hand, but it is pretty easy. So my tailgate does fit. If you have a 5-foot bed, it'll hang over on the Tacoma, so it will go up and close all the way, which is kind of nice. It makes for a big step, but then you gotta really kind of haul up there. So on my bumper, I got this little step here, which is nice. So yeah, it's been great. It doesn't move around. I've got the rubber bed, which you're definitely gonna want a rubber mat on the bed. So do that. And I had to install D-rings up front. Someone had asked me if it buckles the bed at all. It really doesn't, because I don't think it's pulling up on it that much. Most of that weight is just sitting, so those are just for stability. But it's got a good center of gravity, and I don't think it's rocked too bad. The drain plug is super sweet. Just hook it to a hose and to like a little gray water bucket, or they make those collapsible things that we use. But it's really nice. I mean, there's only gray water on this thing, so really helps with all the off-grid stuff. And yeah, I mean, we don't use it a whole ton. I mean, you can wash dishes in there, but you know, we mainly just use that whole lifesaver jerry can to, you know, fill our water and stuff. But this side's pretty basic, but this thing's pretty nice. It will freeze, so you want to make sure that it's you know, not full of water at the end of the night if it's really cold. I really do like how easy it is to take off and on the truck, because I use this pretty much as my daily driver, and I've got like a little one-car garage that my truck fits in without that. So I do like to take it off and on. But it's super easy to do, so it really doesn't take that long. And that was one of the reasons I also wanted to go with the Scout, is because you don't have to really use a bunch of hardware to connect it into the bed of the truck. So, and the lightweight aspect of it really helps with that as well. All right, well, I got mine pretty much fully loaded except for the toilet, which would fit in that bottom space. That's basically where we just keep food and stuff in here. It does have a good amount of storage. This nice here, basically all our cookware and everything. Shout out to Scout, thanks for the mug, appreciate y'all. Which they were awesome through this whole process too, their customer service. And I heard that they made this stove for the Scout. I don't know if that's true. I think I might have saw that somewhere. But this thing is held up really good, and doesn't use a lot of propane, so that thing's been awesome. Dometic fridge, which is really sweet. That thing's really nice. It took us forever to figure out which these are, which for people that don't have the roost up top and that get this this window here that pops open, it has 4 vents in here. So it took us a while to figure that out. So that's a pro tip. Definitely would recommend this hanging bag. It's been really helpful just to keep things up and away. And the Lifesaver jerry can has been super sweet. I think you guys can relate. Our hose broke as well. It froze. So you guys had some great tips on not letting that sit overnight and it froze, because this will break like right where this plastic piece is. So REI has it for $30, I found out. And then what else would freeze? The drain would freeze on the outside a little bit, and you guys had some good tips with the Gold Zero Yeti. That thing does not like to charge in the cold, but the solar works awesome. Someone had asked me about how does that work. I don't know about you guys, but it's just been set it and forget it pretty much. I mean, you really don't have to think about it. It doesn't eat a lot of power, and the solar charges it really quickly, but if it's cold, that thing gets a little finicky, so just keep it warm. Shout out to the Wildest Bunch for the Costco hookup. Mentioning the Pendleton blankets, those are only like $20-25, so those have been really helpful. I mean, it swings out, nice little cook area, get it out of the way. I mean, it's just the two of us, so that's pretty nice. It is pretty roomy. I'm 6 foot, I got a couple inches here. Someone had asked me for the breakdown. I could probably get it real quick. I found out that it's easier to loosen this side and keep this lower arm attached. And then that way you just have this one bar to deal with. Otherwise, so instead of like a big elbow L thing, and just get this in here. Boom. Super nice. So this is plenty of room. We'll just actually break this down in the evenings because it's kind of a little bit more cozy. What we'll do is take these down right here. So that's pretty sweet. We've been pretty happy with this guy, and if you move these blankets, you can see that not a bad little lounge area here. That heater is awesome. Propane, super easy. I don't know if you guys have camped in the wind, but that wind will hit it sometimes just right and take out the flame. But if you're cooking and you camp and it's cold and you got this thing going with the heater, this little space becomes a hot box real quick. I'll get it down into my t-shirt and open the doors and open the windows. So it's cool. That fan works great. And all the lights, the power that it does use, it barely uses anything. You guys had said as well that that pad is not ideal, so we beefed that up a little bit. We also got a little foam thing, and I think I got like a little down mattress, so that's kind of nice with the foam pad that it does come with, because it's not bad, but not the most comfortable for me. So yeah, I've been on the roof. Ryan at Scout Camper, I saw him up there as well, so I've been up there and jumped around. It's been awesome. It's got the hatch here that opens up, and it's plastic, so I kind of feel like with anything in these truck campers, you have to find a happy medium with weight, and it's kind of plastic, so it's not like solid construction, but it's also super lightweight. So it's been awesome. Plenty of room, plenty of space, and this thing has really held up to the cold, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.